North Georgia is on winter weather alert tonight. Let's take a look now at the winter preps. Let's go county by county. Crews in DeKalb, they worked around the clock today to get ready for the storm. Video that News Drone 2 got today of the salt and all the brine mills. In Cobb County, crews there say they're ready for the storm, preparing too, alongside crews who've traveled in from Florida and Alabama to help. And in Gwinnett County, leaders there announced they were adding resources after the county declared a state of emergency.
This is not new for us. We know how to step up in situations like this.
Transportation crews started treating roads and bridges with brine early this morning using data from last year's storm to target those problem areas. And in Cherokee County, Woodstock officials say they tripled the number of plow trucks and said spreaders after Snowmageddon 12 years ago. County officials say they're prepared for this weekend storm. That is a key word, prepared. So right now, it's been more than 50 years since one of the worst ice storms in modern history hit Metro Atlanta. The storm left behind anywhere from 1 inch to 4 inches of ice on cars. Look at all this old video. Yes, ice on trees, ice on sidewalks. The ice caused power outages. It plunged the metro area into darkness for more than a week. Just look at all that video. So the storm was different and more intense than the one that is headed our way. So that's good news. This is a history of the timeline. So take a look here. It all started 9 o'clock in the morning, January 7th, 1973. Rain began to fall, and it wasn't long after the roads began to freeze. That is really cool video when you see that. Midnight, January 8th, we go now. Severe damage was being reported already. Tree branches began to snap here. Power lines came down under the weight of all the ice. And then by noon that same day, the storm had ended, but the damage was already done. The storm left behind 1 to 4 inches of ice, and it took almost a week. Look at that day, January 14th, for the power to be restored to then 300,000 people that were left without power after the storm. Seeing that video is something. Let's go ahead and bring in our chief meteorologist, Brad Nitz, live in Severe Weather Center 2. So Brad, when you see that video and you talk about what's coming, it's pretty incredible.
Well, yeah, a couple of things to point out. In 1973, the metro Atlanta population was 1.5 million. Now we're closer to 7 million, so a lot more people. I was talking to John Pruitt a few years ago about that ice storm. He was our 11 p.m. reporter back in 1973. He was talking about that. Of course, you know probably that Jimmy Carter was governor then. So it's been a long time. Now here's the ice storm approaching us. We have an ice storm warning in effect, but I want to point out that there are some differences between what I expect we'll have tomorrow and that ice storm in 1973. We will have widespread power outages in several locations. Long duration, unfortunately. We're going to have dangerous, if not impossible, travel. We're going to have trees and power lines down. But here's the main difference. In 1973, that ice storm, the accumulation of ice ranged from about 1 inch to 4 inches. Hard to imagine, right? Well, tomorrow, we're going to see, tomorrow night and into Sunday, accumulation up to 1 inch. So some of our worst areas hit tomorrow will be in that 1973 range, but not everybody, fortunately. So you saw that's in effect, that ice storm for all of us. Here's the timeline. In the late morning towards midday, yeah, we'll see a little bit kind of glancing by the northwest corner of the state. Through the afternoon, it expands across the North Georgia mountains and then quickly expands across the metro area. Here's what's going on. We're going to have rain coming at us from the west, and at the same time, a very shallow, low-level layer of cold Arctic air coming in from the northeast. You see it traced out here with these blue lines. So freezing rain is rain. It's going to be liquid when it hits the ground, the trees, the power lines. But because the temperature at the ground will fall below freezing tomorrow evening and tomorrow night, the ice will start to accumulate. That rain will freeze, and it will do this for hours and hours into Sunday morning. Now, at some point Sunday afternoon, I expect we'll briefly in some areas change over to rain with temperatures getting above freezing. Hope that helps melt a little. It will melt a little, but how much is still to be determined. But very quickly following that, a blast of Arctic air coming in Sunday night into Monday morning, so anything that's wet will certainly be icy again. I do expect some impacts into early next week. Let's talk here about the accumulation. That's what everyone wants to know. How much ice am I going to get? Well, from Carrollton to LaGrange, Griffin, little if any. The areas that saw the snow on Sunday, you're out of this winter storm. But look at this. Parts of the southwest metro, 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch. That's the light pink and light blue. Northern suburbs, eastern suburbs getting up towards 1/2 inch, out towards Athens as well. And then from Hall County up into the North Georgia mountains, we're looking at 3/4 of an inch to 1 inch of ice. And then when you add on top of that, winds are going to be gusting 25 to even 40 miles an hour in the mountains. That adds stress. So you got the weight of the ice and the strong winds that causes even more damage. So let's talk about the impacts from Metro Atlanta to the east and southeast in the orange. Significant impacts, very dangerous travel, very icy conditions, and there will be power outages. The more significant major impacts in red, parts of the north and east metro up into northeast Georgia, travel literally impossible and widespread. And in some areas, unfortunately, I expect we'll have some more long duration power outages that could last a few days. And the spine of the highest elevations of the North Georgia mountains could really have extreme impacts. So your 5-day forecast of the weekend always in view. We've got falling temperatures late in the day. The ice begins and continues into Sunday morning. And then we'll see temperatures. Look at Monday and Tuesday. Going to be quite cold, 14 degrees Tuesday morning. Meteorologist Brian Monahan and Ebony Dion will be here tomorrow morning. I'll join you back here at noon tomorrow, and we'll take you right on through the weekend.
Yes, we are going to be on it, Brad. Thank you. New tonight, consumer sentiment, also known as consumer confidence, is going up, but it's still lower than a year ago. The University of Michigan's latest survey puts it at 56.4. That's 4 points higher than a month ago. Researchers say people do not seem too concerned about recent political developments, but they are worried about high prices and about tariffs.
A woman told me she was walking her dog right along here when another dog came up and attacked them. I'm Erin Rogers, live in Sandy Springs. The law she wants to now see enforced. That's next.